Hi, my name is Matthew Quilliam and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please do consider giving this video a thumbs up and hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon. It really does help me out get more quality videos out for you guys to enjoy. Today I'm going to be doing another book review. This time it's of Lyle Ritz Jazz Solos. This is my follow-up review to the Lyle Ritz book Jazz Songs. If you haven't checked that out already, please do. This book is Jazz Solos, and I think this is an absolutely fantastic book, as I'll dive into later. This book I did find, though, a little bit oddly marketed, because it says Lyle Ritz Solos. I originally thought this was going to be some transcriptions of his solos, which was going to be a really useful tool for making up my own jazz solos and my own playing. Jazz musicians will always transcribe solos of people they admire and then learn their tricks, learn their ways, learn their phrasings and styles, and then combine lots of different elements to create their own style personally. And that's what I thought this book was originally going to be. And then I realised that it's actually chord melody arrangements, so it's where you play the chords and the chords have got the melody on the top line, so you can play the chords and the tune all instrumentally. And that's still very useful, but I did find it odd that it was written as solos when that kind of music might be called melody or chord melody music, chord melody arrangement, something like that. So the solos name I did find a bit odd, but nevertheless this is the book and we have to sort of take what we're given. We've got 15 songs, which is 10 less than the previous book, but we've still got just as many pages because the arrangements are quite longer and more detail as well, so you're still getting the same value for money for sure. This book comes with a biography for Lyle Ritz. Lyle Ritz, of course, was a very influential musician and ukulele player, especially in the genre of jazz. He's a very famous bass player as well, and he's got all these fantastic arrangements on the ukulele. You get lots of little notes and instructions and program notes and things on the pieces as well, which I think is really useful, fascinating, and it's nice that it's in there. It gives it a little bit more of a humility to the arrangements, and you can kind of see how Lyle approaches these songs and how he thinks of these songs, and then you may be able to see his influences and his opinions in his arrangements. What parts of the song has he chosen to highlight or cover up? So we've got these arrangements here, and they're really detailed, really nicely printed as well, really crisp, nicely spaced out, and really easy to follow. You'll notice we've got two lines of melody. This is for standard GCEA tuning, and this is for instruments in DGBE tuning. Now this book is quite old, circa early 2000s, and at the time, the DGBE tuning was also used on tenor ukuleles. Now nowadays we'd probably think that the tenor ukulele is tuned GCEA, but back in the day, tenors, as indeed all ukuleles, were quite flexible on the tuning, and so when this book was written, the DGBE line is labelled as tenor ukulele. Don't let that put you off. That's just a blast from the past that's continued into all the prints of this book. I think it's really great though that you get the two versions of the tune here, different points on the melody, and it helps you pick out the tune as well, and especially if you read music. There's no ukulele tablature, so if you can't read notation then you might be a little stuck, but there's no reason why you couldn't put on a recording of the song and learn the melody orally. You do get chord diagrams. Now these chord diagrams are the same for both tunings because it's the chord shapes and the particular voicings and shapes that bring out the melody in the first place to allow for this chord melody, and they do both work on baritone and standard ukulele tuning, but the chord names do change, and the chord names for each tuning are given in the book. As I said, it's the shapes that stay the same and the names that change. You get really nicely detailed music, very spaced out, as I said, very easy to read, and I've had some great fun learning these. Not only are the original chords of the songs in here, but sometimes Lyle likes to throw in the odd little substitution or the odd little Ritzism himself, and so you get all these extra little tidbits of things that you might not have thought of. And the thing is with jazz, it's so loose and open to interpretation anyway. You can choose to do what Lyle suggests in the book, or you can do your own thing. The music is quite loosely written. You've just got chords and a melody. It's up to you to do the work to put it together, and you can strum in all sorts of different strumming patterns, which I think is fantastic, because that's what jazz is, right? This book is It's not a tuition book, but it does encourage you to come up with your own material, and by doing so you do learn along the way. So I think that's fantastic. The only thing I would say is that some of the keys that Ritz has made these arrangements in are a little bit problematic when I've been playing with other musicians. For example, some of the songs, such as Honeysuckle Rose, this song is traditionally played in F, or at least that's what it is in the real book, and things like that, and I've gone to lots of jams where Honeysuckle Rose will be played in F. And then this song being in C in this book is a bit problematic because the arrangement that I've learnt doesn't gel with the other musicians, so I can't use it, which is a shame. That said though, I don't think that's necessarily Ritz's fault because it's just the way the ukulele is tuned. But having said that, do be aware that if you're planning to play these arrangements, they are specific to a certain key because of the limitations of the instrument, and so you may struggle to jam with people unless you're able to, I guess, retune the instrument. All in all then, a really nice book, thoroughly recommended from me. Whatever you pay for this book, you will get a good deal. You'll get lots of information and music and suggestions and ideas and things that you can certainly spend a lot of hours and a lot of practice devoting to it. This is the Lyle Ritz Jazz Solos book. There is actually a Lyle Ritz, an easier version of the book. I think it's called Lyle Light or Light Lyle or something. There's kind of like a beginner's approach to chord melody. This is quite advanced, I would say, so do bear that in mind. If you're interested in a slightly easier version, do go check that book out. I'm sure you'll be able to find it online. I don't own that book though, so I shan't be doing a review of it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. I do all sorts of videos, from teaching to performance to music videos and all that kind of stuff as well. I'm sure you'll enjoy the content I've got coming your way, so please make sure you're subscribed and do give this video a thumbs up as well. It really helps me out. Till the next one, take care. Bye.